is the part where it says that he objects the presence of menstruating women.
Hey guys, can you go look at the video that I stitched so you could understand what I'm about to be talking about? Once you're back? You back? Okay. Well, my name is Mercedes. I practice Espiritismo and I am initiated in 3 separate ATRs. ATRs are African traditional religions or Afro-Cuban traditional religions. I'm initiated in Palo Mayombe, Lukumi, which people call Santeria, and then I'm also an Aperta of Orula. With that being said, let's talk about it. She was talking about the energy of Sarabanda. The energy of Sarabanda is not feminine. It's further from the case. It's actually one of the most masculine energies that you can undertake. I should know I was scratched on that prenda. That prenda synchronizes in from Palo to Lukumi as in Palo Sarabanda and in Lukumi as Ogun. And the reasons why they synchronize is because, iron. They both work with iron. They both work with the metal, things that are mechanical, such as planes, trains, automobiles, the blade, the scalpel that's held when you get cut, and drastic and very impactful injuries. So Sarabanda in Palo Mayombe is one of the most devastating pots or prendas in the practice because it's just all about unknowing things that happen. It just, terrible accidents, wars, fights, and, all the tragedies. It's a very, very tragic energy. Okay. The reason that she was trying to talk about Sarabanda is a simple fact that like when women are on their menses, they're, shouldn't be specifically around that prenda. Well, I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. Yes, the practice is patriarchal. It is. The men are the ones that initiate and do a lot of things. Now, putting that to the side, that is not the issue. She was talking about how we go about feeding these entities or the Sarabanda or things of that nature. Yes, they do get that red stuff, but you don't want as a female to be around any of those prendas, and I'm talking about all of them, not just Sarabanda. Sarabanda, the issue is you don't want to have a tragedy. Okay, and if it smells blood, it's going to go bonkers and do things that it shouldn't be doing. So that's why we tell all women that are on their menses, they shouldn't be near the prendas. Because depending on what the issue or what that pot really represents, you could be accidentally feeding it and not knowing what kind of energy you're giving to that prenda. With that being said, that prenda has to do with accidents and tragedies. It causes wars. These are the type of practices that are made for war. They want war. They want that fight. They're the dog that has the fight in them. So that's why a lot of people get initiated in these practices. So if a war comes to them, they can win or they can supersede, overcome. Okay. These practices are for the underdog. And, that's why you see a lot of people of color, POC, people of color in these practices. Problem is when you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the understanding, you don't know the culture, you weren't raised around it, you have no inkling in all you're doing because now all of a sudden we have books and there's things on the internet and things are being plastered everywhere and you want to make a name for yourself. You're going to talk about these things so your name can be put out there. With that being said and done, if you weren't brought up in the culture, you have no idea what it is. You're not initiated. You plan on not ever being initiated. We are a large group of people. And with that being said, have a better understanding. And our practice is the way it is for a reason. The men are the ones that go to war. That's why it's a patriarchy and not a matriarchy. So that's why we have that energy. if you're not coming to our practices with any type of love, any type of understanding, or that's not the life you want to live, I would suggest you go look into other practices. It is not for you. And, I don't mean anything bad by it, but you insulting what the energy is and not having a clue just because all of a sudden you're in your feminine, and you don't understand, maybe you should get somebody that's an actual practitioner to speak to you and have a better understanding of where you come from and how we go about things. Because how you're talking and how things are being said, you sound very Americanized. And these practices are not Americanized. So I'm sorry that I'm the one that has to come to you and tell you this as a woman, as a person of color woman. Maybe you need to get better information and not just get it off the internet, because it's not really working for you.